Hello everyone. As you've probably gathered by now, I'm at home with a sick baby today. So Harper and I are putting together a little video for you guys on how to do rotations. So say bye, Harper. I'm going to take you to my sheet right here. And let's see if I can get a good focus. That looks pretty good. So when we're doing rotations, I'm going to start with a coordinate plane, and I'm going to do this in pen, but I want you guys doing this in pencil. I'm going to start out by drawing a coordinate plane here. Once I have a coordinate plane, I can put a shape somewhere on this coordinate grid. I'm going to put one right here. I'm going to put a triangle. And I'm going to connect the dots to the triangles to actually make my shape. Harper, you're being an excellent helper. Thank you. You chime in, Harper, at any point if you'd like to. So when I'm rotating this shape, I'm going to rotate this shape. Let's do it 90 degrees around the origin. So I'm going to put a dot at the place that I'm rotating around. That's the origin. Okay, so we're going to rotate the triangle 90 degrees around the origin. And the way that we do it, or the first way I'm going to show you to do it, is we're going to take our protractor and we're going to make a line through our first point. So here's a line. I'm going to do it kind of light. We're going to make a line through the origin and through our first point that we want to rotate. And now I'm going to take my protractor, and using the line at the bottom of the protractor, I'm going to line that up on the line that I just drew with this center point where let me see if I can get it on there so you can see it, with this center point right on the origin. So I'm going to line it up like that. Center point on the origin and the protractor on the line that I just drew. And I'm going to make a dot at 90 degrees, a line, and at the top of 90 degrees. And that's going to help me to make a new line going through these points in the origin. And essentially what I've done here is I've just taken this line and I've rotated the line 90 degrees. Now I want to make this dot on the new line that's been rotated 90 degrees. Oh, good point, Harper. I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees counterclockwise around the origin. And to do that, I need to make sure that this new dot is the exact same distance on the new line from the origin. So I think the easiest way to do this, when you don't have a ruler handy, is to take a piece of patty paper like this. This is just the paper that goes between hamburgers or something. I can take a piece of patty paper and I can make a dot in two spots to show how long that dot is away from the origin. And I'm going to go that same distance from the origin along that line and make my new dot. Okay? Everybody see what I did? So I just went along that new line and I made my dot. I'm going to do the same exact thing that I just did for every single dot in my triangle. So now I'm going to go through a different point and make my light line. And then now this is my new line that I'm going to use my protractor, line my protractor up on it. And I'm going to make a dot at 90 degrees. I like to do it on top and on bottom. and then I'm going to connect my dots to the origin. And now I'm going to do the same thing, just using a different part of my patty paper. I'm going to show how long this is from the origin up to where that dot is, and I'm going to go the same distance from the origin along that line that I just drew and make another dot. And now I'm going to do one more time. So I have my one point here, my other point here. I'm going to do one more where I'm going to go through the origin and through the point that I just drew. And I'm going to line up on this line. And I'm going to go 90 degrees, counterclockwise. And then I'm going to make a line through those points and through the origin. Here's my new line. And now I want to move equal distance on this line from the origin. Harper's chiming in a little bit with her commentary. I'm going to go this distance up my new line to draw my dot. Now, I want to connect these 3 points that I drew. And you'll be able to see the triangle in its new location, rotated 90 degrees, counterclockwise around the origin. Does everybody see that? So we moved this shape, and the shape just turned around the origin exactly 90 degrees. Okay, now there's other ways that we can do it too. I hope you can hear me over Harper right now. She's drumming on her high chair here. If I were to draw this again, I'm going to make the coordinate plane. But this time I'm going to show you a little shortcut to doing this. And I might not draw the exact same shape. I'm just going to make a triangle again. Let's say that I have a point here, a point here, and a point here. Okay. And I'm going to connect those. Now, a trick that I can do is I can put the first line through the point that I want to go through and the origin, and I can move that first dot 90 degrees, that first line 90 degrees. So I'm going to line up just like I did before. Oh, fun noises, Harper. So I'm going to move this line just as I did before 90 degrees through the origin. But now I'm going to use this patty paper, and I'm going to do a little trick where I put the patty paper over the shape that I just drew. And I'm going to draw this line. I'm just going to trace over it on the patty paper. And then I'm going to draw my shape. So a dot here, and a dot here, and a dot here. And I'm just going to trace the shape out right on top on my patty paper. And this actually works a lot better with pencil. The pen likes to smear a little bit on the wax paper. But you guys can kind of get the point of what I did. And then I'm going to rotate. You can see my line and my shape went onto the patty paper. I'm going to rotate this line until it matches up. Oh, before I do, I want to make sure that I make a mark where the origin is. I'm going to rotate on that origin my shape until my line on the patty paper matches up with my new line that's 90 degrees. Now, I have my new points. I just need to find a way to get under there and draw in dots on my paper where those points match up. So it's a little bit of a quick way to figure out where the new points go. The entire shape rotates, but I only had to move one line. It's kind of a nice way of doing it. So here's my new image rotated around the origin, but all I did was I rotated the patty paper and then made the dots underneath it. Okay? So there's two ways to make rotations on a coordinate plane. And so for Harper and I, we are signing off. Say bye, Harper, and good luck. Be good for Mrs. Flax, and let's work on those worksheets and make some rotations.